Okay, we are recording. Hey everyone, welcome back to Fros Focus Fridays, which is my new series where I'm teaching you guys how to build your brand, make some coins, and bring on some amazing Black women to talk about how they built their brands. So today we're with Nia Wellman, otherwise known as Nia Imani on her socials. So hello, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, of course. So I'm just going to read her bio really quick and then we'll get into our conversation. So Nia is a graduating strategic communications student at Hampton University. She's the co-founder and CEO of Campus Curls Inc. and the CEO of the mobile application Hair Days, and a digital strategist and social media influencer with a reach of nearly 130,000 supporters.
Yes.
That's a lot. But, we out here trying to make it work. So would you like to add anything else to who you are and what you do? Let everyone get a sense of who you are.
Yes. Okay. So actually my latest, I just made an announcement on Instagram. I'm writing a book. So Joy has welcomed me to the author club. So that's something that I am in the process of doing right now. And I'm going on a pre-books for this coming March. And I'm going to be releasing it at my conference that I host for Campus Curl that Joy actually had the pleasure of speaking on at UCLA, Brand Like a Girl. So pretty much the book is Brand Like a Girl, Transform Your Brand into an Empire. And basically what I'll just be talking about is like, everybody thinks being an influencer is easy, and it's not necessarily, the goal of the book is not necessarily about being an influencer. It's more so about how you can turn your passions into profits. Honestly, like people are so good at so many different things, and you can be anything. If you want to be a chef, you want to be a rapper, that's what I want this book to be for. I didn't want to focus so much on being an influencer because that's not everyone's, way. Everybody is not meant to be in front of a camera or writing. We were all born with talents. So
Right.
That's the book for you to kind of like hone in on your talents and kind of see, what you're good at and, be the best at it. That's really what the goal of the book is.
Hey, and when is that coming out?
April 20th. Please mark your calendars and hold me
Oh
accountable.
my gosh, I'm putting this in my calendar. So like, let's start with the book and then we'll kind of wind it back. So like, when did you start writing it? Why did you feel like the book was like the next move for you?
Definitely. So I started writing the book this past summer, but the summer was very hard for me. So I kind of like put it away, but I started. Like I knew that I started it and I loved to write. And I kind of went somewhere and this lady told me, you need to write more. Like you enjoy what you're doing, but you enjoy writing. I've always loved reading growing up. I love books. I didn't necessarily read my textbooks, but I love books. And I just always love to soak up different knowledge. So a reason I started to write the book, or I want to write the book, and I want to share my knowledge with other people is because I get so many questions, and I kind of get sad when I can't answer everyone. Like, that kind of hurts my feelings. Like, if people might think I'm trying to be rude, but it's like, if you get the same questions over and over, that can become very overwhelming. And like, I'm pretty sure, like, even being an influencer sometimes can like make your anxiety go through the roof because it's like so many people are kind of leaning on you for information and knowledge, and it's like you can't give it to everyone. So right. I feel like if I book, even though I have a platform and I can't make an hour plus 2 hour long video about how to brand yourself, but if I wrote down the ideas and the knowledge that I do have and share the resources that I do have, I feel like that would be something that would be very helpful. So that's kind of really what I want to do, and I just always wanted to make sure that I'm a resource to others around me. So that's really the main goal of the book, just to be a resource and honestly just help people along their journeys.
Yeah, definitely. I had the same kind of dilemma when I wrote my first book about like college admissions. Like I was just like getting into college and like so many people are like, how do you do this? How do you get scholarships? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to just write down the answers to these questions. And kind of it just started being a document and getting along. And I was like, okay, this is actually a book, not a blog post. So that's how that came about. And like, I feel like influencers, I feel like they're starting to branch out into more things. Like you can't it's boring. Yeah, it's boring. You need more money than that YouTube check. And like now that you have an audience, there's so much you can do. So for a lot of the things that people want to do, they might need an audience. So let's talk about like how you built your audience, like how there's the dream versus the reality of getting like subscribers or followers. Like, so how did you what strategies did you use to start building your audience?
Authenticity, okay, and consistency. So for me, my main goal was never to be YouTube famous or have this huge platform. Never what I wanted. Or like, I'm grateful for it, but that was not my goal. Some people get into this business or they get into business in general, and it's important that you do focus on numbers, but what people, even if I was to do a terrible twist out, if people like my videos, you're going to keep coming back for more. So it's all about being yourself. So for me, I started YouTube, or I started really my social media journey started on MySpace. So I would stay up. No, I take that back. Me and my cousin made a website. We used to make really like terrible rap videos on the internet of us doing crazy stuff. And we started a website, and we just like, I used to like stay up late at night editing this website to make it look good. And I also had a YouTube channel. So from there, that crashed and burned. And then I was introduced to MySpace. So I would stay up. We had a computer in our kitchen. I would literally stay up late at night coding, soft coding, on the computer, you know, just trying to like understand what I was getting myself into. And I feel like me, I'm hella fortunate because I grew up when tech was emerging. So like I understand old things, but I also was like, you know, riding the tech wave. So I just would be on MySpace all the time. And like people loved my MySpace profiles. They were really popping. It was just a lot of stuff going on, and it was beautifully like assembled. So like from there, like that kind of showed me how to navigate through social media. So once MySpace crashed and burned, I moved to Facebook. I don't like Facebook. Moved to Instagram, moved to Twitter, moved to Tumblr, moved to YouTube. So for me, I've always had like followings. They would follow me wherever I would go, and I would just make sure that I was engaging. Like I would post silly stuff. I don't care. I would just always make sure that I was being myself. And I think that's a lot of times people get in the way of themselves. They try to be other people because they see that it's working for them, but it's only working for them because they're being themselves. So that's what, honestly, that's the best advice, or like just how I can say I built my my following is just by being myself, but also being consistent. Like post, like people want to see what you're doing. Granted, I don't want everybody in my business or like to know every single thing, but it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to let people know when the days are not the best. And it's just okay to just be honest, and because you never know how impactful or beneficial that might be to the next person. So for me, just sharing the good, the bad, the ugly that I'm willing to share and I'm able to share. And yeah, just being persistent, using hashtags, posting consistently, using captivating images, being creative, like not making my content look like the next person. So that's definitely how I built my following.
Great. And so one thing I caught that you said was that you don't like Facebook. So I am on a mission to get people on the Facebook bandwagon, because Facebook is doing some crazy things right now. Mm-hmm. And YouTube is also doing some crazy, not so good things. And I'm just like, people don't sleep on Facebook. People are like, well, I can't make money on Facebook. That's not true. You can make money on Facebook. And some communities thrive on Facebook. Like if you're a natural hair person, like if you post your videos on Facebook, people will be engaged. Like people are way more engaged on Facebook because it's like old aunties. It's like old aunties, like people who spend all their hours on Facebook. So like I get way more engagement on Facebook, but I also get more like hate comments and stuff. But I'm like, hey, that's engagement, whatever. Cry a little, get over it. But I think people, when they're like thinking about platforms, like just know that platforms will grow and they'll die. Like MySpace died completely. And the different platforms are better for different things. So don't think right away, oh, I have to be on YouTube, or right away, oh, I have to be like an Instagram baddie. Like there's a place for everything.
Very true.
So go ahead.
No, I was just saying I'm on there. And then it was like growing, like, you know, like that 2012, I kind of like just shifted because that's when Instagram started emerging. Right. But like once I realized, oh, this is a great place for business, this company tried to use me. So like they posted a video that I used their product, and it got like millions of views on Facebook. And I said, oh, now I need my own Facebook channel. So y'all are not.
That happened, yo. Videos will go viral on Facebook, bro.
You check Facebook, they're like, yeah, you can check your Facebook. Your Facebook famous. I'm like, wait, what's going on? They're like, it's millions of views, millions. And like you said, it is a lot of hate. Like I definitely have experienced that more on Facebook than I have like on any other platform. Like just people like, why are y'all promoting these loose pattern girls? And I'm just like, can I just have, this is my hair texture. It's not my fault. I'm sorry.
Right. So, okay. There's so many things I want to talk about. When Okay, let's get talking about some of your other ventures, and then if we have time, we'll touch on some other things. So, Campus Curls. So basically, everyone, this is really the first time Nia and I are like having a conversation. We've try to meet sometimes, but it's like it's hard. Life be hitting you. So basically, Nia hooked me up with Campus Curls, which is her organization, and she'll tell you more about it. But I did a speaking engagement at the UCLA chapter, and it was all about like building your brand and stuff like that. But tell us about Campus Curls and why you thought you had to make it like nationwide. Like why didn't it just stay at Hampton? I feel like we think a lot, you always want to go big. So like how did you kind of be like, well, this is not just a Hampton thing. This is something needed at all campuses.
Definitely. So coming in freshman year, I like joined the organization. I always been big on service. Joined the organization. It wasn't an organization for me. So my friend and I, who's my co-founder, we came together. We said, this is what we want to do. This is how we're going to do it. We did it. So I was like, okay, well, this is what we want to make sure that we have when we're having our organization. We don't want this to be a social club. We don't just want to be a group of girls in natural hairs talking about twist outs. We want to have meaning and purpose behind our organization. So Campus Curls is a natural hair and service-based organization whose goals are to enhance, educate, and uplift those on campus and in the community through educational support and service. Very long mission statement. But yeah, that's really our goal. And honestly, we never really, for me, I always think big, but we definitely thought, not necessarily small, but we made sure like, okay, our Hampton chapter, this is the structure of our organization. Here's our constitution. This is how we're going to run things here in our organization. So people at Hampton is a big melting pot. Everybody's from everywhere. We have people from California, Georgia, everywhere. So right. Some of people's friends are like, oh, like y'all are having so much fun. Like y'all are cute. Like we want to do this. We want to have an organization that's disorganized, but still fun. So right. You have to meet the supply and demand. I think that's the thought. So we opened up our chapter. We opened up our applications to have more organizations on different campuses. And boom, like the applications just came in, and then we just kind of like learned from the other campuses and what, worked best for their chapter and what worked best for other chapters and what works best for us on a national level. So from there, right now we're at about 13 chapters from California, Georgia, Florida, Philadelphia, New York, Illinois, Virginia, Maryland. We everywhere. So honestly, it's just, for me, it's more so about just meeting people where they are. Some people wanted the organization on their campus just so that they had a community where they felt like it was a safe space for them to be themselves. Like so many people, I know one of our chapters, when they filled out the application, they said when they went to their nearest Target or Walmart, there was no natural hair products there. So my goal as, CEO founder is to make sure my chapters have some like resources. And,
right.
They're used to different things and that they might not necessarily have access to. So like, that's kind of like what I want to make sure that I do is just bridge that gap and create a safe space where we're actively giving back to our communities.
Great. And so just to clear things up, is this just, I see that it's incorporated, so is this also a business venture? And could you kind of touch upon like how the organization makes revenue or how you kind of organize that kind of, because a lot of organizations when they form, they're like, no, we're just a student like thing and that's it. So what made you kind of go towards like incorporating it and kind of working around those business things while some universities might have rules and stuff like that? So how do you do that? Definitely.
So within the first year of like its founding, I said this needs to be protected legally because people will try to get you. And I'm becoming more business savvy, but I just knew that this needed to happen. So initially this wasn't like my idea, but I knew that the bigger picture that this could be used as a marketing tool. So we have on campus like activations and table events, sample events, all those types of things that companies spend so much money on. But they think they're going to do it for free. And like, that's similar to like even just being an influencer. Oh, we're going to send you some products. Can you give us a review? You have a budget, so utilize your budget. So that's basically kind of how we utilize Campus Curls. If you want to host an event with us, some companies, if you're a smaller company, we'll work with you. But where we are right now in the game is more so we just want to make sure that all of our chapters are covered when it comes to resources and opportunities. So what that means is we'll be partnering with different organizations as well as companies to get their brand accessible to the college millennial market. So that's really the goal of what we're doing right now. But we're kind of like just playing around with different things that we want to do and just kind of growing from there.
Great. And so once you leave, once you're no longer a college student, what will your role be? And do you think that this is something that you would sell? Like, what is the future of you and being involved with Campus Girls?
That's so funny that everybody asks me that. Like, why are you like, are you gonna leave it alone? I'm just like, why would I do that? That's crazy. I'm chapter president now, but once I'm gone, I'm still going to oversee like and run the day-to-day business functions of Campus Girls. Like outside of us being on campuses, we are an organization. We are a business. My goal once I'm gone from college will be to make sure that all of the college have different opportunities when it comes to us working with different brands and that they're running. Like, are you writing on your blog? Is your chapter up and running? Do you just want a chapter? So like that's kind of like what myself and my team will be handling, is making sure that all of our chapters have the resources that are necessary to continue to let them thrive.
Great. So because running a whole national organization isn't enough, you are the CEO of an app just because you have so much free time to go be the CEO of Hair Days. So tell us about Hair Days and how you got involved. And I know that I think you made a post about how you're the CEO, not the founder or something like that. So tell us about that.
Definitely. So Hair Days is a mobile application that pretty much allows or connects nearly 20,000 users. It's a community, so it allows them to track and journal their hair growth progress, their journeys, their products, meet different naturals. You know, if you and I had the same curl pattern or, you know, porosity, I can be like, hey, like what products do you use that work best in your hair? And you can be like, this is what works best on my hair. So it really just allows you to put like step by step on how you achieve the style, what products you use, all of those different things. And I think it's really cool because so many people have so many questions about natural hair. Some people don't like blogs. Some people don't like YouTube. Some people, Instagram is sometimes not enough. So Hair Days really allows our users to kind of do a step-by-step tutorial in a sense on how they achieve their growth or their progress. I got involved with Hair Days this last March. I went to South by Southwest in Austin with HBCU at South by Southwest. And if you don't know what South by Southwest is, viewers, it's a tech conference and it's really crazy, but it's really good. So a member of my cohort is the co-founder of Hair Days, and we met briefly just in passing, like in a conversation, and then we ended up like linking on LinkedIn. So she reached out and she has other business ventures, and she's just like, hey, like, you know, I see that you're successful within the hair and beauty space, and this is something that I would like to pretty much gift you, if I'm being quite frank, like hair. And I'm like, okay. So yeah, I took on the role as CEO in July, I believe, of last year. So it's been about 6 months with me in Hair Days, and it's definitely been a interesting journey. I'm not super techy. I'm more of on the communication, strategy, social media, marketing, that type of side. But this has definitely like been pushing me to my limits because it was kind of crazy. I had said that, you know, earlier in 2018, I want an app. Like, this is what I'm going to do. I want an app. And then like, God just gives you stuff in very odd ways. He's like, here. And I'm like, okay. So, I didn't want, the opportunity felt good to me, and I wanted to, you know, this is something that I wanted to step into the tech industry, like earlier that year as well. Like I was like interviewing for a tech company and they turned me down. So I thought I was about to get an internship, but I didn't, but the blessing was so much better.
Right.
I have my own company, you know? So it's like me, I'm learning like from ground up how to run businesses in different ways. I'm running a marketing firm, an agency, national organization over here. I'm an influencer over here. Now I have a tech company. So it's like I'm trying to be as well versed as possible so that I can be a billionaire.
Yes. So I feel like I know nothing about apps. So how does your app make money? And like, yeah, that's the first question. How does your app or a app make money?
So typical apps make money basically. So honestly, think of Facebook, like ad revenue, or YouTube ad revenue.
Right.
Typically like the same type of business model. So we don't make money as of right now because what I'm doing as CEO is coming in and kind of like reviving things, changing things around, and kind of like making sure that we progress and like we're breaking through the tech in the beauty space, or honestly specifically natural hair and beauty space. So typically that's how companies or apps, they make money is basically off of ads through larger companies, essentially.
So for like your app, you could see yourself partnering with like hair companies that want to run ads, like Yes,
Anybody.
that would be crazy. And then anyone who's targeting like curly
This
hair,
demographic.
yeah, that demographic. Okay, I see. That's perfect. And so what you kind of touched upon some of your responsibilities, but for someone who's like, that's an interesting place to be in where you weren't a part of like the initial fruition, but you
Mhm.
are now the CEO. What was that transition like? How did you kind of take your goals and make them in alignment with the people who are like at the beginning? Like, how was that process?
Definitely. So it's kind of crazy that you asked that because me and the co-founder Tiffany, we just got off the phone, just like kind of not shifting, but we like to use the word pivoting in the tech industry. So we're just kind of like pivoting or evolving, like where we want to go and how we want to do this, because I want to make sure that what they want is not necessarily lost in what I'm doing as far as progress. But initially, when we first talked, we definitely just said like, this is what your roles are going to be. This is our founding. This is our history. This is what this is what our app is about. This is how much we fundraise, and this is where we want to go in the future. What do you want to do? And we kind of like we compared and contrasted. We kind of like say, okay, well, at the end of the day, Nia, it's kind of up to you, but we're here for mentors and we're here to assist you along your journey as CEO. Right. But ultimately, it's kind of up to you. So I like that I was kind of given free reign to have the app. So honestly, that's how it's been. It's just I speak with them on a weekly basis, or mostly just Tiffany, who's co-founder, and we speak on a weekly basis and just like hitting key goals and what's been going on, milestones, have I been applying to for grants, accelerator programs, all those different things. So
right.
That's pretty much how we kind of stay aligned. It's just clear communication.
Gotcha. So let's talk about Nia as an overall person, because we are coming to the end. So one, time management, you're a student, you got all these things. Run us through a typical day that's like super busy and how you get through it.
So that's crazy. I just wake up at 6 or 7 a.m. For me, what I'm learning is it's important that I know what's going on for my day. If not, I'll get super distracted. It's like stay on one project for too long, and I hate staying on one project for too long when there's so many other things that needs to be done. So I've been really utilizing Planner, a calendar that I have hanging above my computer, a calendar, Google Calendar, just so I'm staying keeping track of everything that needs to be done. As far as schoolwork, I'm have like 9 credits this semester, but technically 10. And for me, like I just make sure when I get my syllabus, class starts on Thursday, I'm going to get my syllabus. I'm going to write down everything that needs to be done.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to get it done ahead of time. I think that's really important, just staying ahead of the curve, especially if you want to do so many other things. Do prioritize school, Nia, hair days, campus girls. And then honestly, just building my team. I realized I cannot do every single thing. So it's important that I have, my executive board here on Hampton's campus to help me with the chapter of Campus Girls here. I have my campus team that helps me with campus relations and training the other chapters and onboarding the other chapters. I have my brand manager who works on collaborations and partnerships with different companies. And then my sister and my cousin right now, they're helping me plan my tour. So I realize I'm really good at delegating. And so I make some tasks and I delegate and give out some deadlines. And I keep those deadlines for myself as well, just to hold myself accountable and make sure I have people around me that hold me accountable as well.
That's great. And graduation is nearing. And for most people in college are like, oh, I want to work at this company and I'm going to make this much and that's it. Or their parents said that and that's what they're going to do. So for you, you have all these ventures, graduation's nearing, you're going to have bills. What's the plan?
That's why we get into this money right now so that I can, successfully run my companies. I can't really see myself stepping outside of what I'm doing, leaving it and going to work for somebody else to make the money. It's just really not in me. It doesn't sit well with me. I have been applying to some different grad school programs that I could possibly enter after this summer. So I'm just waiting to hear back from them. If I get accepted to grad school, I'm going to grad school. So honestly, for me, entrepreneurship is what I want to succeed. So I want to own a conglomerate. I want to be, the leading lady in beauty and tech or just in natural hair. Like that's my goal in life, and just to be a philanthropist. So the only way I feel like I see that right now for myself is by owning assets and owning the things that I am in control of. So that's kind of like my goal.
That's great. Okay, let me think of like a quick question that we can squeeze in at the end. I guess advice for college students that want to do they see you doing 5,000 things and they're like, all right, I'm gonna start 5,000 things. Like, step back, honey, you got to start with one.
Yeah.
So what kind of advice can you give to them? Especially it's 2019, like no free work 2019. Like what do you have to say?
So literally, like even something I'm helping myself understand more, like as I'm writing my book, what are you good at? What do people ask you for? What do people want from you? And find out how you capitalize off of it. If you braid hair well, that's money.
Right.
I started I was doing makeup, I was doing hair. I was doing photography. I was doing people's videos for campaigns on campus. Those were my sources of income until I realized, I need to worry about me. So those things were able to fund me to do what I want to do. So I could buy more equipment, so I could buy more products, so I could buy software. And then I realized it's time for me to pivot. So there's going to be things you're going to do, side hustles, or you're going to do little projects here and there that are going to help you fund your dreams. But then when it comes down to it, and it's time for you to really focus on what's important, that's what you need to do. And it's important to dream big, yes, but also I did this like workshop with IBM. Like it's a cake pop initially, so you can get to the wedding cake. So you can't start with the wedding cake. That's just not how it works. You start small, and as you grow, the more research, the more resources, the more knowledge you obtain, and the bigger your team gets, because you cannot do anything by yourself. Everyone wants to be self-made. It takes a village. It takes a team, and it takes multiple people to help you get and propel you in your trajectory. So definitely just stay focused and, choose good friends and have fun, but also understand that college is a time of opportunity, and there's so many free conferences, it's so much money out here for you to obtain. Take advantage of all of the opportunities that comes your way, or go find those opportunities and make them happen.
Great. And would you like to list off any like free conferences or podcasts or books or any types of resources that you use, just so people can go search for themselves if they made it to the end of the video? That's who's serious. That's who's serious. So they deserve the gems.
They need the gems. Okay, so conferences, apply if you're an LGBTQ plus student. I would definitely say apply for any Out for Undergrad programs, and that's just O for you if you type that in on like the Google. What else? I went to Harvard last summer. That was through the Harvard Business School Summer Venture and Management Program. I'm actually an alumni association, so I'm an ambassador for the program. So I would definitely say if there's anybody on your campus who was in that program, but if not, just you need to go and type in SVMP on Google, because the applications don't come out until like March, I believe. What else? LinkedIn will plug you in to a lot of different opportunities. Like you'll see companies that are having conferences. T. Howard Foundation has good ones. Emma Bowden. Who else? If you're an HBCU student, I would definitely say look into the Thurgood Marshall Foundation Fund and the United Negro College Fund. So that's a few things that I can give here and there. I'll probably, if y'all come follow me, I have like an opportunity link.
Yes, follow Nia. Tell them your socials, and then we'll wrap this thing up.
All right, you can follow me on Instagram at Nia Bia Fofia. Just type that in. It'll pop up, I promise you. My Instagram is my YouTube is Nia Imani, and then I have 2 channels. So I have a vlog channel, and you can just look at channels and it'll pop up. If you want to follow me on LinkedIn, Nia Wellman, that's easy to find. And then my Twitter is Reckless, but it's Nia Bia Fofia. So yeah.
All right, we'll link those. Yes, we'll link those down below. Get the app, get the book, everything. But thanks so much. This was a great conversation, and I guess go enjoy Nia from now on.
Thank you.
Great.